Well, hello there, people. It is I, Captain Steve. Hopefully you can hear me fine. It looks like my mic levels are good. I've just got them bouncing about down here. But anyway, like the title says, we're going to be looking at my poll results that I put up on my channel page, on my community tab, for you guys out there in the viewerverse. So yes, hello there, Bobby Maggie. Hiya, Kate Blair, or Dr. Pong. Hello there, Neil Wilder, and Wolfie. Hello there, Wolfie. Hello there, Wolfie. Right, okay. So yeah, it looks like I've got the chat sorted out now. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, hi Captain and chat. Lovely job. It's looking good. Slight delay. But right, let's bring on up the poll, shall we? Here we go, let's bring that up. So hopefully you're going to be seeing that on your old screens in a second. So awesome. Righto. So this is the poll that I'm on about here. Now I only put this up 7 hours ago. And it's had quite a lot of interactions. Yes, what does it say? There you go. It's had 383 votes. If you're one of those people that voted, massive thumbs up. Thank you very much for voting. It does go towards all of this. And yes, I'm going to be reading out the comments that are on this poll. So basically, the question I asked is, what do you want to see added most into No Man's Sky 2022? So for next year, basically, what's your wish list? Pretty darn cool. Not seeing what you like, add a comment. I plan to do an overview video of the results soon. Well, soon is now. That's happening right here, right now, in this episode. Yes, it is. So we've got S-class level challenges and gameplay loop. This was the one that I'd done a whole video on this the other day, chums. That's what I really would like to see happen. But I also like a little bit of some of their stuff as well. I like to see all the loose ends and the foundational bits that they've put in start to make a bit more sense, you know? So, there we go. Let's have a quick look see anyhow. So, at the moment, the one that's winning out the most is full overhaul, more variation, exploration, and super formula style E. So, if you don't know what was meant by the super formula, I have got a video on that. I'll see if I can dig it out in a bit, and we'll play it towards the end of this. Since that one's won, I'll play the video that I think is most aligned to the winning argument on this actual poll. So, lovely jubbly. Better multiplayer missions, loot, raid, dungeons. They added in the multiplayer and crossplay, and it's a great function, but so far almost every weekend mission that I run with my friends on a Friday usually ends up in some squiffness. Yes, disjointed missions and people falling in and out of that actual expedition. So yes, it is a little bit odd, isn't it? Okay, well, it looks like my live chat may have just frozen up on me. Let me just jump back over here and see what's going on. Oh, that cool. That seems to be okay. Sweet. Oh, because I'm on my smart TV, it's layered the comments on top of comments. Yeah, that's my bad. No worry. Let's go back to reading out the comments then, shall we, people? So here we go. This is a cool comment from Shadow. So Shadow, 6 hours ago, grand combat with NPCs using multi-tools. I love that. I love that idea, especially if they were inside of like exocrafts and you could use your exocrafts against those. That would give another reason to use your exocrafts on planets. Like that idea. Yeah, war bases and raid parties would be perfect. So I did mention raids up in the actual polls, and yes, that would be a nice way of tying it in. Now we've already got sort of, you know, procedurally generated freighters in space that you call him, which is a procedural generated dungeon. They could quite easily have pirate complexes on the planet's surfaces. So that is a really good shout. In fact, I don't know why they haven't already done that. They've already got the sort of the blueprints for it with the derelict freighters. They could so easily add that in. Shadow, yep, I like the way you're thinking. Also an update to space battles and actual fleet wars like the trailer, and maybe even moving freighters as well. Very good point. In a lot of the trailers you even saw low orbit freighters flying into planet surfaces and stuff, or atmospheres I should say, not the surfaces, which actually, you know, we've got crashed freighters on planets, so having them fly in low orbit, I mean, they did it with the Normandy, with the tease of that flying in. Imagine if you're just walking across a planet and you see that sort of happening. Yes, yes and yes. Heck yes, Shadow. Love that comment. And look at that, it's got 7 likes. So you've got a lot of backing. Even though it's just like a couple of sentences, boom, you've got 7 likes there, my friend. And yeah, it's a great idea. Elusive glue. In brackets, Jeff. I love that name. In space, no one can hear you scream, but in No Man's Sky, once you're S-class, everything there's no scream because it becomes too easy. Imagine if each galaxy became more difficult than the galaxy before it. The variation on the planets really needs more variety, or the lore is quite pointless unless it leads somewhere. We need a void dimension. That is the challenge, even for players with over 200 plus hours invested in one save. Addition of another race of alien or two would be welcome, and, read more, yes, an alien that is on the side of the Sentinels. Yes, that would be cool. Ship customization would also be great. Don't interpret that I'm saying that Hello Games hasn't done a fantastic job with No Man's Sky. They have. The loose ends needs to be bring together for sure. Captain Steve, I truly appreciate your hard work in bringing all your content to the viewerverse. Well, thank you, Elusive Glue Jeff. Well, I'd say you guys are the glue of the community, because you are the community. Yeah, awesome comment, and yes, I agree with a lot of all this sort of stuff as well. It's like I was saying just the other day, that it'd be nice if on your settlements you had like a mini archive, so you can go and look at all the lore that you've managed to get in game so far. Maybe they could add some little doodles and some sketches from Hello Games. We've got some talented artists there. Heck yes, they have. That'd be freaking awesome to bring that in. It really would. So yes, totally agree with that. There's a lot they could do. This game has got so much potential. Again, 3 likes. There's a very much liked comment, that Elusive Glue. You got a heart from me. In fact, everybody gets a heart from me, though. I always heart and like something as and when I read it. It's very rare that I don't, anyway. As well as fixes bugs, I would love to see a living ship freighters. Oh, nice. Decay in orbit. Yes, living freighters. That would be quite gnarly. That really would be quite cool. That could actually bring some substance. But yes, first they kind of need to actually bring some substance to the living ships. So that's maybe one step further than what they're probably planning at this stage in time. But yes, you would think that if there were a whole load of living ships, there'd be living freighters. Perhaps it might come. Like Elusive Glue was saying, if they bring us the void, perhaps we might see living freighters within inside of the void. We can only but hope. Yes. Okay, so Dr. Pong is just saying you can reprint the freighters. Yes, you can. You can reprint the freighters. Heck yes, you can. But it wouldn't be nice to be able to move your gun turrets. So choose what gun turrets you want, and maybe choose your type of attack vessels that fly out, rather than always being those little sentinel ships. Perhaps you could have a fleet of your own ship, you know, your own fighter. So you've got a squadron of wingmen that look like they're in the same ships as you. I would love that. That'd be cool. Okay, most updates are just foundations, really, and we need some more expansions to things that we already have. Holy fuck, yes, I really like that comment. In fact, yours and Decayed Orbits, I've actually cropped them, and that's on my thumbnail image for this video. So yes, very cool. Yeah, there's more to do with the shape rather than the actual content, but yeah, nice comment. Thank you very much, Holy Fook, and I totally agree. Yes, it does feel like a lot of the things that we've added in have been very foundational right now, like they're going to expand on them maybe. Who knows? But Sandra D, I want space garages where I can own and display more than 6 ships. I love that idea, Sandra D. Yes, and you've got Ricey, the ship emporium chap. He actually builds his own ship emporiums, and he's got like angled landing pads where he puts all of his ships that he wants to display on those landing pads, and he cycles them out every time he finds new finds. If you haven't hit up Ricey and his ship emporium, check him out. He's got an awesome channel. If one of my mods is there, please drop a link to Ricey's ship emporium. That'd be freaking awesome. Oh yes, I can see Wolfie's in there. He's already dropping links. Thank you, Wolfie. Yes, lovely tie, lovely jubbly. Right, so we've also got Troy Turner here. I want to be able to keep more ships and bring them over from expeditions to regular saves. Yes, Troy Turner. Yeah, the transference of items from your expeditions to your normal saves, that really does need to happen, especially if we're kind of almost forced in that sort of way of play of just throwing away those saves afterwards. I mean, yes, they've increased the save slots now, but every single new sort of expedition that comes, it's a start from scratch, and it would be so nice to carry over more than just the rewards. If there was key items you could transfer over, like the station override or like some of the bakes. Or it's like they gave us Diplo chunks and giant eggs, which you can't complete your catalogue right now in normal mode, and the only way to do it is to get them from the expedition and transfer them over using a buddy. It's really freaking mind-blowingly weird that that's actually a thing, but it is a thing. Well, hello there, Skip to my loo. We've also got James MC in the house. Well, hello there, James MC. Nice to see you all nice. Heck yes it is. Right, so Ice Dragon 1377. I would like for console players like myself to be able to use the text chat function. Yes, that's a good point. It's frickin' there on the screen the whole time. We can't even remove it. I would like the ability to remove that, to be fair, and also to shut up my creatures and spamming the frickin' side of the screen, especially when I'm trying to make videos. I don't really need that live chat box, especially like you say, console players can't really interact with it. Considering that you can pair your frickin' mobile phone to your PlayStation, well, maybe you can with your Xbox as well, but it would make sense to be able to just pull that open and actually interact, wouldn't it? You know, or even if you've got one of those little keyboards that I've seen people have connected to their joypads. Totally makes sense. With you on that one, Ice Dragon 13777. But you know what I would like to see? Inside the Star Citizen, they've actually got it where your camera, if you're looking at your camera, and when you're talking in your laptop, it actually lip syncs your character's mouth to when you talk into your mic for that level of immersion. I really wish that Hello Games would do something similar. If they detect mic movement, that they just animate the characters' mouths, then I probably wouldn't run around with, you know, this sort of helmet on. No, I would probably go for a more alien-looking character. Since we're in a space game, if its mouth actually moved when I talked, I would like that. I'd probably rock as a Gek, or maybe one of the other visages. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I quite like that. Quality of life improvements is definitely something that they could add in. It's like in the early videos, all the ship's cockpits were actually transparent cockpits. I would like to see that, you know, so you can actually see people sitting in their cockpits, waving or doing emojis and whatever. That'd be pretty darn sweet, wouldn't it? Okay, so Killjoy Nexus. Okay. Oh, you got 4 likes to that one, Ice Dragon. Very nice. Well done, you. Killjoy Nexus. Okay, honestly, if the last 3 options, honestly, if I could, the last 3 options I would. When I try to get into the Nexus missions, my game usually crashes after about 5 to 10 minutes of it. I still have what I collected in my inventory. It happened 3 times in a row. After I went back and restarted the missions, I gave up finally, and the 3rd mission crashed right before I could turn it in. Also, I don't know if it may be a glitch or single player is mandatory to find travellers, but I've noticed if I'm playing with someone in my party, none of the travellers appear half the time. And if I do find a traveller to get glyphs, they don't reveal the location like normal. Don't get me started on the sentinels either, because apparently they can shoot through any surface, and the dog sentinels will fall for the floor and won't be able to find them until they manage to shoot through the environment, no matter where you place you in. If anyone can explain, I'd love to get some solutions. So, yes, Killjoy Nexus. Oh, you've actually got a reply there, Killjoy. Question: are you on Last John consoles? Well, yeah, I have seen this happen myself from time to time. It's a bit of a rarity with the Sentinels. It usually happens when you go to one of those manufacturing facilities or something. Usually the ones with doors that are either side and you can go into other parts of the actual manufacturing facility. Sometimes they manage to get underneath the path workings between the 2 bases and they can still shoot you through the frickin' floor. Yeah, I've had that happen before. To be honest, I don't go in manufacturing facilities all that much now, so I don't know whether it's still happening. But that was definitely a thing probably about 6 months ago, as I'm still having that happen from time to time. You know, when I was getting the Sentinel walkers to rain barrels. Yeah, it was happening around then, for sure. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. Little bugs and polish is definitely something that I would like to have added in. It was in the poll results up here, and I think you said the last 3 are the ones that you would like: less bugs, better multiplayer, and customization. So yeah, I see where you're coming from that. And yes, it's why they're in my top 5, all of those things. I would like to see all of that, to be honest. I'm a bit greedy though. Yeah, anyhow, John Hansen, so 2 hours ago. Here we are. Let's have a quick look. See, oh my days, this is a bit of a freaking big one. Okay, right. John Hansen, let's go for this. An entire tech tree for ships, frigates, freighters builds. I would like to see a lot more RPG elements come into the game, to be fair. The only real RPG element that we have right now is when we send our frigates out onto missions. And when those frigates go out on missions, you know, they start to level up and they go up in rank. I would like to see that happen. The more you use maybe a multi-tool module, the higher in grade it actually gets, or repetition of use of a ship. Perhaps they would go up in class. Rather than having to pay for it with nanites, it would be better if you actually got XP points and they leveled up through usage. I think that would probably be better, because then that promotes more gameplay rather than just nanite harvesting and farming. You're actually playing with that ship or playing with that multi-tool. It powers up just like your frigates. So yeah, I'd like to see a bit more of that. Oh, hello there, Commander Roughhouse Plays. Commander Roughhouse Plays, he's been a long backer of the channel. And yeah, he actually does his own channel, does a lot of VR stuff. If you want to see No Man's Sky in VR, also, he's got No Man's Sky on PC, PlayStation and Xbox. So yeah, he does every console and platform. And check him out, he's awesome. He's actually a really good guy to watch too. An entire tech tree for multi-tool builds, pistols, rifles, FMG models, actual tool models for some of... Yes, I totally agree. It's like if you do put in a geology cannon module into your multi-tool, it'd be nice if it came up with, do you want to see a cosmetic change to your multi-tool? And perhaps you actually get, you know, a geology cannon launcher appear at the bottom. Or if you put in the actual scope, perhaps it asks you if you want to see a scope appear on your multi-tool. It might look a little bit weird on a pistol. That's why I'm saying give people the option whether they want to see it or not, because you could end up with a pistol with a freaking grenade launcher and a personal shield modifier and all sorts of other crud stuck to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, an entire tech tree for the suit, branches for each part. Now, something that I've noticed with the exosuit is you don't get to see the stats at the side, so you don't get to see what module effects are having at all on your actual exosuit. So yeah, totally agree with that one. It'd be nice to be able to see your stats and also to have tech trees and make it more RPG orientated. Yes, I mean, it has gone down the MMO route, isn't it? Massively multiplayer online, but the RPG element just isn't there at the moment. Neither is the looting mechanics, really. I mean, there is a slight looting mechanic, but it's not to the extent where you're going to go, oh my god, did you just see what I got out of that chest? No, you're going to get some sort of weird intergalactic chain of beads or something that you can sell for a load of units, but then what do you do with the units? You know, we've all got more units than we know what to do with, so after a while digging up chests just isn't something you do. Okay, more stuff to spend my trillions on. I just touched on that. Yes, there's nothing. There really is nothing. Fancy non-buildable base decorations. Yeah, that could be cool. Or even buying new skins or something. New texture packs and stuff. Anything like that would be crazy cool, wouldn't it, you know? Yeah, get some new decals for your ship or something. Just some cosmetics. Yeah, some cosmetics that you can spend all your lovely hard-earned units on. Make them super expensive. Yes, goal or quest for each galaxy, for like Euclid as a starter, the centre, the challenge enough, but I want reasons to be in each galaxy. Totally, John. I've actually done a video where I talk about reducing the amount of galaxies down to 16 galaxies. And you know what, if we get time, I'll try and find that video and hit that up as well. So we'd watch one on Super Formula, and then I put one up on my Galaxies idea, because that seems to be an echoing thing in here, to be fair. For Sentinels, heavy galaxies, the goal might be to find and destroy a major Sentinel base. Heck yes, that was one of mine in my wish list as well. For Paradise Galaxies, build a publishable base where it uses 75% of max parts. Big cool bases. Well, at the moment I've got serious rendering issues of bases. Oh, Mandrake just dropped me £3.14. Oh look, I've got an animation that pops up now, people. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Well, thank you very much, Mandrake, for triggering that little animation and sound effect. You're the first to have done that. Haha, yes you are. Fantastic, nice one. It looks like, the little dude from SpongeBob, the crazy guy that's always after the secret formula. It's him. Yes, Plankton. He's one of my favourite characters. Him and Gary the snail are freaking awesome. I do like, actually, every character in SpongeBob's awesome. But there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much for that little... it should come across in the ticker at the bottom of the screen at some point. In fact, I think you was already there, Mandrake. You always give me these little slices of pie. Yes, the 3.14. Yes, so you probably end up on the ticker twice. Or maybe that might go up to £6 and something. I don't know. Or $6 and, it's 14 and 14. 14 and 14? 28. It might do. Who knows? It might do the math. But anyhow, where were we? Lovely. Okay, for normal galaxies to find a truly odd world and fully explore it. Well, at the actual... the Colossal Archives, there's the local planetary repository, and then every single planet that you fly in, you actually get a mission that pops up now in the Explorer's log that sort of promotes that you go and explore it. They could tie those two things together so easily, and a reward system off the back of it. They really could. So I'm hoping that they bring that into the verse. Factions, actions, and actual consequences. Been saying this one for a long time. You're echoing one of my biggest wishes there, to be fair. Heck yes. So at the moment you get all your faction rating up with all the different races. Yet what sort of bonus do you get? Do you get a discount on something? No, you don't. Do they teach you more words? No, they don't. It doesn't do fudge all, and it really does need to. Just attack to Gak Viking freighter for some easy salvage freighter modules. And they hate you. Yes, that'd be cool. Ambushes, attacks on sight until you perform some redemption quest. Totally, heck yes, that'd be nice. So if you do upset the Viking, you fly to another Viking system, they know that you're a git, and they might hunt you down and you get scanned and stuff. Yeah, totally. We've got space pirates. Why not have space police to police this sort of shenanigans as well? And, you know, like how you have a rating with maybe the Sentinels, perhaps you've got the same rating system with Viking, Korvax or Gek. And the bigger the git you are, the worse sort of things are going to happen. You know, they won't sell to you, they won't even talk to you, or something along those lines until, like you say, you actually redeem yourself by doing something to bring your class back up. Yeah, totally agree. That's a great idea. We've got Chris Quesada that's just joined in. He's just said no 7 to Mandrake as well. Well, hello there. Yeah, I'll skip to the Lou, also 07. Do they stop calling you Interloper? No, they don't, James. No, you're quite right, they don't. No, heck no, they don't. In fact, the Viking continue to be completely obnoxious to you, even when you get your rating all the way up to the maximum. Yeah, they still call you an Interloper and sort of call you weak or pathetic. And it's like, hold on 1 second. Who's got a gold Viking badge? Me. And who's actually using the visage of a Viking? Me. Yeah. That's another thing. If you are using a Viking visage, maybe they should treat you a little bit nicer than if you're running around as a Gek or something. Maybe good to assign an NPC on settlement functions. Make it a mission to look out for them. Albert, Serato, yeah. There's so much they could do. There's so much they could do with settlements. There's so many buildings at the moment that are completely redundant and useless. It'd be nice to have a lot more buildings that have meaning and sense. It's like maybe add a geologist there, or a plant specialist, a botanist or something, that you go in there and you find, you know, all your scans of the minerals on the planet or the flora on the planet. You can take to those two guys, and in return they give you some bodacious freaking modules for maybe your multi-tool to up how much you get from minerals, because at the moment, minerals, you get sod all when you scan minerals. Perhaps they could give you a really cool gnarly S-class mineral scanner that ups how much you get from minerals. Heck yes. Or yeah, anything like that would be sweet. Or even give you a map location where you can find some sort of random thing in the ground. Better loot, you know, like a really cool rare crystal to take back to them. Yeah. Anything like that would be sweet. Or even some of the actual settlement guys, the settlers, I guess you call them, could give you missions to do. Yeah, oh, Johnny's got a mission. Little Johnny, he's vanished. He went over the hill and he didn't come back. And maybe you can go and find little Johnny, you know, bring him back, that sort of stuff. Okay, just attack. Yeah, lovely. Cool, we read that one. Sure, you can summon the anomaly in any system, but 90 seconds later the Sentinels are hunting for it in that system. This is very true. You know, you got Nada and Polo. I haven't actually thought of this, but you make a bloody good point. You know, Nada and Polo are on the run from the Sentinels, yet you call in this big freaking anomaly, and do the Sentinels turn up? No. Sometimes the Sentinels are bloody chasing me, and I call in the Nexus to escape. Do they even shoot at the Nexus? No. Is there an alarm system to say scramble all ships, get out there, go and kill the Sentinels? That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? If you're being chased by the Sentinels, you call in the Nexus, the alarm goes off, and a load of other players fly out, like 15 other players, and blast all the Sentinels for you. That's a freaking mind-blowing idea. That's so awesome as an idea. Yeah, one of your fellow travellers is being chased to the Nexus right now. Do you want to assist? Yes. Take off. Go kill some Sentinels. And maybe there could be a massive, great big player versus Sentinel thing going on. And then when you all go back in the Nexus, you can talk about how awesome that was. Oh, that amazing idea. Okay, the anomaly will not appear in systems with the Atlas in it. Sentinels should always be aggressive in the Atlas systems. Makes total sense. Yes, again, hadn't thought of that, John. But yes, that's a great freaking idea. You know, the Sentinels have been programmed to protect the Atlas. Freaking great idea. Yeah. I'll be happy being able to name your saves. Yes, I totally agree with that. Well, Backy Demon. Backy Demon, another good point. It's like we all set our banners, don't we? We have our banners. So why not allow for that to be on your save, your banner? Yeah, sweet. John Hanson is actually in the chat. Hello, John Hanson. I'm loving your ideas, my friend, and I'm reading them out right now. So, yeah. Oh, defend the anomaly for Sentinels. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I read your idea, and I just added a little to it, I suppose, but I really love your idea. I think that's freaking awesome. Yeah. Wells that are glitchy always trigger full exploration missions in both Atlas and Anomaly missions lists. Yeah. Pretty darn sweet idea again. Sentinel missions, mwahaha, PvP in deep space, anyone? Ooh, yep, could be cool. There is actually a group of people on Reddit, I believe, that have set up some sort of area in space where you turn on PvP and you can go there and you can dogfight other players. But a lot of players have got these modded PC ships or god tier ships where one shot you're dead, which really rips the fun out of that idea. I'd be all up for advertising it if there wasn't so many god tier ships flying around. Okay, Atlas missions. What does want you to do? Yeah, so we have got the encrypted missions, but they're not Atlas missions. They come from the actual Nexus. But yes, if the Atlas would actually give you missions after you've maybe got all 16 Atlas seeds, perhaps when you go to your next galaxy, perhaps the Atlas could give you some other path to go on and give you the odd mission. Like to maybe track down Null and learn a bit more about Null, because at the moment Null doesn't really have much of a story there, to be fair. Hold on, I just need to cough. I did press mute on my mic. Hopefully you didn't actually hear that. Let's see if mute actually does it. That's good. Just testing the on mute function. Right, brilliant. We'll go back to this. Improve planetary ground cover variation. Add some sort of next level reality plot. Is No Man's Sky happening inside a simulation? Yeah, you see, we do have the lore in there, the remembrance stations, and the remembrance stations do let you know that, yes, it is definitely a simulation. So, yeah, perhaps there could be something that comes into place after you've done that lore. There's not many rewards for uncovering all the lore. You do the Atlas Remembrance mission, or the lore for that. It'd be nice if you did get some Atlas missions or something, like you were saying. You know, you do all the abandoned mission lore. You don't really get anything off the back of that. Maybe after doing the abandoned station lore, the failed boundary lore, perhaps the failed boundary should come active, and that gives you a way of jumping into the void. You know, there could be all sorts they could tie into this game. It really is. There's so much. There is so much that they could do. Yes, any game without name saves loses at least 1 point out of 10 in my book. Yeah, John, it is a bit of an odd one that they haven't added in save naming. It's a bit of an odd one. Okay, bacon lover. I do like bacon myself. I'm rather partial. Okay, combat in general could use an overhaul. I like to be able to own more than 6 pet eggs, which is annoying that I can't even, though I have space. Make pets more viable for combat support, and just in general, give me more stuff to shoot at. Yeah, with the pets, I would like to be able to hatch a pet, then make a decision on which pet I want to replace. And if I decide that I don't want to replace a pet, the one that I have just hatched runs off into the wild. Yeah, because at the moment you're forced to go and get rid of one of your pets before you hatch an egg, and you don't know what you're getting, and you could end up turning away one of your favourite pets for a pet you don't even want. Yes, I had that happen the other day. Myogi gave me an egg, gifted me one, and it was a giant Diplo. And I ditched my Diplo that I had 100% that was the size that I like. Now I've got the giant frickin' Diplo that when it turns, it hits me and bats me off the frickin' planet. It's massive. So yes, I may have to release that giant Diplo because there's no way I'd ever use it. And now I've got rid of my lovely Diplo. But thank you, Myogi. It was a very nice gesture and thought. Yes. So, combat overhaul. Please both starships on ground and combat with better aiming. Gating of progress, e.g. construction of mothership and space portal before going further to the next tier of the game. Similar to Homeworld. Well, Albert, in my 16 galaxies idea, it starts off with that you're very much on a solo sort of jaunt across the galaxy, and it's based in Euclid. And then when you go to the next sort of galaxy, then it starts adding in foundations and base building. It's not until you get to Galaxy 3 that you get given the anomaly in my ideas video. Well, I'll put it out there later. But yeah, I kind of see where you're going with this. I kind of feel that, Galaxy 1 you do the Atlas path, Galaxy 2, perhaps you do the Artemis missions. Galaxy 3, perhaps you start doing Starbirth, and that's when you get to bring in the anomaly. But I would like it if you go out there and rescue the travellers, so you build up the populace of the actual Nexus as well. Anyway, I'll play the video later, and then it'll explain it all. All of the above, says Soulbearer. Heck yes, that'd be freaking awesome. Oh, we got Albert again. Button mapping for quick toggles of features, or assigning default materials for recharging of consoles. I would like to have the emojis on a quick launch. I know I've got them on the quick menu down at the bottom. I press down and go into it. But it'd be nice to be able to assign them to maybe D-pad movements by holding down a button and just pressing up or down or left or right. That'd be pretty cool. I want to upgrade my freighter to an S-class. Yes, again with the RPG mechanics. That'd be quite nice. Oh, I missed one. Fire Warrior. Ship customization will be the hill I will die on. Yes, I've done a video on ship customization, how they could implement it and keep everybody happy, or the majority. I don't think you can ever have everybody happy. That's just an impossibility. But the majority of people happy. And it's based off of ships that you find, pick up, scrap. You get a random part from that ship, and you build up a catalogue of ship parts, and then you can build a ship out of those parts of ships you've scrapped. So you still have to hunt for the ships to scrap them, yes. Oh, rescuation. Oh, okay, so John Hanson says, oh, rescuing travellers into the anomaly or feeding them to the Atlas. Oh, dear. I don't know about feeding them to the Atlas. That's mental. Do a challenge. Make a 1 billion units in the starter system in permanent save as fast as you can, says Jack Hills. Yeah, to make 1 billion units in the starter system. It's doable, especially if you're very lucky to end up in one that's got, ancient bones buried on it, or even the salvageable tech. It's kind of luck of the draw of where you actually spawn, But yeah, that's quite a cool little challenge. But to be honest, I've got enough to keep me busy. It's like doing all the cookery stuff at the moment. I've got loads of content to still be done. But yeah, that's all cool. Yeah, a nice little idea. Okay, I want to be able to upgrade the freighter to an S-class. Heck yes. Mick Bohannon. It would be okay if it wouldn't take 6 minutes to render my settlement or home. I don't ask more. I want this game to work, and no crashes every 30 minutes, for God's sake. Okay, well, I haven't had crashes on my PlayStation 5 or on my actual PC, but both of them are pretty OP. So maybe it's a previous gen thing. But when I say previous gen, the game was made for previous gen, and I think it's getting to the point where maybe the last gen consoles are struggling a tad. And it makes me wonder whether next year, maybe they might move into a next gen version of No Man's Sky. Still update the old one, but just try to improve it and get it stable, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying my game crashes too much, I've given up with it and stuff. Or I've had members or Patreons actually leave, and on their exit survey they've put, I can no longer play the game, it crashes too much. So I don't think you're alone on that, Mick. And if everybody keeps sending their Zendesk reports and their error log reports from their consoles or whichever platform they're having problems with, hopefully they would get them done. But it just takes a long time. Something to fill in the empty 2 slots on my cookery products catalogue. I mentioned this earlier, Wolf's Den. Yes, Diplo chunks and giant eggs, which are no longer available in-game. Okay, so on Expedition 3, I think they get given to you as mission rewards. If you rerun Expedition 3... then, yes, you could transfer them over to a friend that you trust to then give them to you in your normal save, and then you complete your catalogue. Yes, black spots in my catalogue annoy me too. It's like even, the storage for your exosuit. That is a blank spot in mine at the moment, and I'm going to be doing that at the end of this current expedition that's running right now. So yeah, John Hanson says, just to play asteroids, and you would get 1 billion pretty quick. Yeah, there is also that. Yes, you could shoot a shed load of asteroids or whatever. Yeah, or even just by digging up a load of copper and turning it into chromatic metal and selling all the chromatic metal. That could get you a fair few as well. Yeah, I have crashes on my PS4 a couple of times. That's not good, Jack. Yeah, Daniel Soto, what about a challenge to ship hunt a specific ship part combination in a new save? That'd be pretty darn sweet. Bye, Mandrake. Cheerio, Mandrake. Take care. Nice to have you here, and thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. And yes, you will be in this ticker bar, and probably at the end of this video as well. There's some credits that roll and things and stuff now. So yeah, I'll be putting that up soon as well. Bye, Mandrake. Oh, that could be a series, says Daniel Salto. Yeah, Could be. I mean, I have got an event right now that's running. If you look at my channel page, it should come up with Find Captain Steve's logo ship. Now, I have got a logo, the NMSA hub logo. Let me see if I can show you it quickly. If I go into here, go into keep, it's this one, that ship there. So, can I make that bigger? Where's it gone? Where's it freaking gone? Okay, we'll just open this one. Open, boom. Let's see if it opens. Yeah, it's paint. It should open up in paint. Okay, well, that wasn't the best program to open it up in, but yeah, this ship here. So if you can find one with a Viper nose and a single engine with these two side rails that is red and white and black and that sort of styly, and put it onto the Interstellar Index on Facebook, I am going to be giving away a prize of a 3D printed ship in a cube to the one that gets closest to that ship. Heck yes. What the fudge was that? I just had a... What was that? I had an 07 thing pop up. What did I just... What just blinking happened? There's a load of 07s going on, and I'm not too sure what that was exactly. Yeah. Oh, we got £20 donated by Donathan Hutchings. Well, thank you very much, Donathan Hutchings, with the $20. Freaking awesome. Salutamondo. Thank you very much, Donathan. I need to get a light put behind me here. I've got one in a box somewhere. It's a bit dark behind me at the moment. I'll sort that out for the next stream. We'll get some neon lights behind us. Thank you very much, Donathan. Much appreciated, sir. Okay, Albert's really on one, isn't he? He's got two back-to-back here. Access for new players to get legacy building parts from earlier versions of No Man's Sky. Oh, yeah, of course. They don't get options to get them. Yeah, that's a good one. Yep. Okay, tech upgrade should have accompanied visuals on tools and vehicles, e.g. starship. Gun upgrades should appear on third-person view of your ship. Different guns and different visuals. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier on, like, you know, with your freighter builds, maybe being able to swap the turrets out for different ones that you like and things. That is a really cool idea to have it with the ships as well. I would also like a scratch counter for how many sentinels you've killed, you know, like lines, like little kill lines. I think that would be pretty cool. Hold on, I just need to cough again. All this talking's making my throat dry. I might have to get myself some drinky poos. Better biomes and better generation for creatures. Totally. So yeah, when I pull up my video later on the actual super formula, hopefully you get to see some of that. So there we go, we've got stuff. I'd say a bit of all of the above, especially the last one. What was the last one again? Let's just remind ourselves. Less bugs. Yes, definitely. Heck yes. Brilliant. Okay. No Way Out. Ship customization and general improvements on gameplay loop would be extremely awesome. Okay, well, there's a lot of people that mentioned ship customization. Maybe I should play my ship customization video as well at some stage. We'll do that as well. Okay, gamers don't die, they respawn. Tons of lore adventures, like expeditions, but it's all lore in one expedition or adventure, and we go on the void and more horrors of freaking heck. Right, you're going to definitely love it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to freaking pin that. Boom. That is my dream sort of update. Sorry, people. I love the lore of No Man's Sky, and I wish there was more to do with the lore. And to have an expedition that goes through all the lore and catches people up would be freaking mind-blowing. Yes, it would. Ship customization and general improvements on the gameplay loop would be extremely awesome. Heck yes, No Way Out. Yep, I will be playing that video in a bit, so yeah, definitely. Expedition on lore at... There's loads of people now saying it. Darn, I can't pin you all. Combat revamped, all of the above, says Crash Bandy. So there we go. We've gone through all the comments. Now let's hit up one of those videos. So, you know what? Let's do it in reverse order. Let's do the ship customization one first. Session Captain Steve. Boom. Let's have a look see if we can find it. Here it is. It's quite an old video. It was a year ago. I'm going to hit this up anyway. Kaboom. And I'm just going to... Oh, we got adverts. Nope. Shut up, advert. I'm going to mute you for a second. Sorry, I'm going to also skip you. This is on my own video anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, I'm going to shut up for a second. We'll watch this together, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Well, hello there, chums. It's I, Captain Stephen Exo, and I'm coming to you today with a idea for No Man's Sky to improve some of the elements. I'm going to be making about 10 of these sort of videos around improvement ideas, things that I really do hope to see one day appear in the iteration. I mean, we can only but hope. Now look at these two listening in. Yeah, eavesdropping. Yeah, at least they're polite. Look at them, just giving me a little salute there. Well, you know what, little chums? I'm going to give you a salute right back at you. So there you go. Salute Mondo! Yeah, there you go. Right, anyway, so on with my idea. So the first idea is for ship customization. And I'm going to be going into grandiose detail on ship customization. And I've got something saved on one of these panels here. I believe it was this one on the far right. There we go. Okay, so EXO, if you wouldn't mind, my little friend. Whoa, 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 what am I doing? Okay, here we go. Let's hit the button. Now, execute, go! I haven't done one of my sort of news videos from the deck of my freighter in ages, but seeing those little gecks there, I may have to do that again. It was quite nice, wasn't it? Now I go to one of my bases that I've built. Anyway, I'll carry on playing. Okay, so idea number one is very simple. From the Nexus, or maybe from another terminal that could be on your landing pads in your bases, or even in your freighter, yeah, you can just access a side menu that's a little bit like the ones for the exocrafts. So it just gives you very basic functions to recolor and add decals to various areas of your ship. So you can just select the cockpit, or the wings, or the engine, the nose, details like all the metal parts, or etc. Or you can hit decals, and you can hit all different accents and colours. Maybe through Quicksilver you can get some metallic paint sets or something, or additional decals for your ships. But yeah, just very plain and simple, just like we have the exocrafts now. The next idea is a little bit more involved. So what this will actually have is you go to this machine up inside the station, you take your ships that you wish to scrap and you scrap them. Now there could be like a storage, maybe of, I don't know, 3 or 4 different scrap storage areas, each containing maybe 9 parts of each of the ships that you scrap or something. So it breaks them down into various sections. You can see in the schematic how much it's going to break it down by, so you can have the wings, the engines, the cockpits, the nose, etc. So yeah, I'm just going to go scrap a load of different ships. So far I've got the exotic in there, lovely jubbly. So that's now scrapped, hooray and hurrah. But now I need to grab myself some other ships, so I might just go grab this Explorer, because look at the wings. They look like TIE Fighter wings. Heck yes, we want those in my repository. So there we go, I'm going to go grab this ship off of this little Viking chap over here. Well, hello there, Viking chap. I want your ship. Well, more importantly, I want the frickin' wing. Thank you very much. So I'm going to claim that. Lovely jubbly. So it would be good to keep a free slot for this sort of thing, and it could add a whole new dimension to the actual game. Hunting ships, buying the ships to scrap them just for individual parts, which is freaking ace. I really like this idea. I mean, the first idea is... And say if you did scrap all these ships and make your own ship, it'd be cool if you could actually then sell that ship's blueprint to other players for what it's worth in nanites or units or something. So if you do want another, well, somebody likes your ship and they would like the blueprint, you can sort of share it with other players or something. Maybe they have to be in your friends list for a certain period of time or something, just because they want to rock in the same ship as you. Great if you want basic and you want simplicity. But this is what I would really like, is to go a little bit more in depth and have a proper ship building sort of mechanic to the actual game. And it'd be nice if once you've actually scrapped all these ships, you could save them to maybe a base computer or something, so people can visit your base and come and have a look at all the ships that you've custom built, and maybe buy one of those custom ships for nanites or Quicksilver or units. You can specify which, or have actual different prices for each of the different ships. So maybe you might have your custom ship that you've created, and yeah, you could actually say that it's going to either cost you, I don't know, 400 Quicksilver, or it's going to cost you 800 nanites, or it's going to cost you 1,800,000 units or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, you can set your prices for your custom ship. So on that one that I just scrapped, the shuttle, I really like the side engines, but I also like the cockpit on that one. I quite like the cockpit. I think that'll go quite well with those TIE Fighter wings. And this fighter, I'm going to scrap that mainly for the side rails. So here we go. We've got the scrap sections 1, 2 and 3. Maybe the exotic parts are all in scrap 2. But I'm looking at scrap 1 at the moment, and I want to have the cockpit, etc. And I've built myself a little factory type, weirdness type machine. And then I just hit the colour palette in the top right there, and then choose out all the different colours. But you can change that to matte, metallic or gloss, or there might be some special ones through Quicksilver. And then you can add some decals, and once you're happy, hit accept and then hit exit. Or you can hit preview and see it on a landing pad. So yeah, if you're wondering, I used Photoshop and all sorts of other nut. So there we go, that's the idea behind the ship customization. So I don't think it's going to take away from the actual ship hunters. I think it could all work quite nicely. I did see John Hanson there put up a message to say I don't think the RPG elements are there because the players are the suit. Well, yeah, maybe that is the case, but however, we've got the RPG element for frigates, and it feels out of place without any other RPG elements being there. It would be nice to have something maybe in tandem with the more you use a ship, the higher the rank it goes, perhaps. I don't really see... you can earn nanites through cooking, or you can earn nanites through killing sentinels while you're on foot, or you can go and grab a load of Hadal cores on foot. It would be nice if there was actual ship events or ship missions to actually rank up your ship, rather than doing the things that feel unrelated to the ship to upgrade your ship, if you get me. You'd build more of a bond with your ship if it did have the RPG elements. Okay, so there's that one. So Captain Steve, let's go for, I think it's 16 dimensions, or 16 galaxies, one of those. Let's try that one, 16 galaxies. Okay, so here it is, the gameplay loop one. Now this goes on for 27 minutes, so it's quite a long one. I will play it, but what I might do is just sort of maybe drop a link to this or something in the video. Oh, yep, hi to you too. Is he sitting inside of a pond or a pool or something? What was that all about? Bit random? Yeah, he's inside. Okay, I digress. Anyway, let's skip this into this and let's get it on. Play. Thinking why not reduce it to 16, but make each of the 16 make sense. So I'm thinking the first system that you spawn into is the sunset system. Now, it would be nice if this had a very vanilla sort of feel to it, so the terrain that we was used to right at the start with some of the older materials as well, like iridium and things like that, and all sorts of other stuff, but also blend in some of the newer elements as well, so you don't get confused when you jump to the next system and so forth and so on. But yeah, no base building in here, completely solo, no multiplayer, no nothing. I mean, a lot of people, as soon as they get the Nexus, can exploit the hell out of the Nexus and jump ahead further into the game anyway than what they possibly could anyhow. I feel that the Nexus is a little bit OP to have as early on as you get in the current storyline. I know that might be slightly controversial to some, but look at all the duplication techniques you can use, or the portal, and using the portal to abuse systems to go to people's farms and get a shed load of iridium and get super rich super quick. There is that sort of stuff that can go on, and other players can give you sort of commodities as well. Something that I've always found funny about the current iteration and the way things are is you establish your connection right at the start with the actual Atlas. You interface to the Atlas calls out to you and wants to give you tasks. Yes, when you go and see the Atlas, can you speak or understand its lingo? Heck no you can't, and there's like over 200 words or something for the Atlas language, and the only way you can learn them is to go to a shed load of monoliths. Who's got time for that? Who's going to go to all those monoliths unless they build it into the story arc? And maybe the monoliths can teach you more than one word at a time. Just saying. Or, how about this for an idea? When you get out of your actual ship right at the start and you go and interface with that giant washing machine thing over yonder, well, how about if you actually choose to accept the Atlas's path and the Atlas's bidding, it asks if you want to download the Atlas language, and your exosuit could warn you, Captain, you're only going to have 16 seconds to get back to your ship. I'm going to have to shut down your life support and your hazard protection for this download to commence. Are you sure? And you hit yes. And then maybe there could be a countdown on the screen. 16, 15, and all that sort of stuff. Build in the whole 16-16 right at the start. And maybe you have to sort of stumble your way back to your ship. And as you are, all the Atlas words are flashing up that you're learning them. And maybe the screen could all change colours and things like that and go all freaking gnarly as you're downloading the freaking Atlas language. At least then when you go to the Atlas, you'll be able to interface properly and start learning the lore of the Atlas right from the freaking off. Because I did the whole Atlas path, not knowing a frick. Well, Daniel, sorry, I'm just sorry to stop the video there, but Daniel, with what you're saying about the ships and the load on the servers, what do you think base building does in the same sort of way? People are using thousands of parts to create a base, yet the server doesn't really fall over too much on that side. The ships are all pre-generated, sort of already optimized parts for the ships. It's just putting them in a certain order and keeping them in that order and saving it. Every single time you fly into a system, it generates all those ships on the fly. Yes, the idea that I've got will help you cross over maybe Explorer parts and, shuttle parts into one ship stack. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to put that much load on the actual servers. You might be right if they ever do make it so you've got 32-player lobbies all flying about in custom ships. But they haven't given us 32-player lobbies anyway, even though the patch notes in next gen said that we would have 32-player lobbies, which didn't get delivered. Anyway, I carry on. I might play just maybe the first 3 of these galaxies, so you get an idea of what this ideas video is. And if you want to watch all 16, you can hit up the video because it is 30 minutes long. And then I'll jump over to the Super Formula video, and then I think we'll be wrapping it up at the end of that.
Or just a handful, so I didn't really get the whole thing of it. So here we go. This could be me stumbling back and it flashes, and I've slowed it down here, but you could have 16, 15, 14 on the screen, you know, and really sort of build up that sort of 16 countdown with visual effects and stuff and weirdness going on. Yeah, and maybe sort of like flashes of Sentinels and the realm of glass and the void and some of the corruption that's going on to give you a hint of what might be coming. That would be freaking awesome. So that would be the first dimension, the sunset dimension. So visual style, the graphical appearance would be very much vanilla, with some of those artistic styles taken directly from some of those artist impressionary pictures that we saw from, you know, Beau Lamb and Grant Duncan, but then maybe add a couple of the origin type elements over the top in visual qualities.
Well, welcome there, Voldarian. I've got a little animation for actually a little dancing star. That's the first time I've seen that one, so thank you for subscribing.
Perhaps don't have the ringed planets, for example, but have some of these weird columns and stuff appearing on planet surfaces. So it's very much vanilla with just a few tweaks. Maybe, you know, the lighting effects that we've got now and the bloom effects and things, perhaps. Just a couple of visual improvements, but nothing major. So it's very much the solo lone experience. Now the second dimension, the bird dimension, you encounter the Nexus. Yes, the anomaly, the spatial anomaly, where you encounter Apollo and Nada for the first time, but only have the one landing pad. This is still very much a solo type experience, even at this stage. So although you've called in the Nexus, it's the old Nexus. No hint of multiplayer or cross-dimensional shifts or anything like that as yet. Heck no. But add in, say, the exocrafts, the basic exocrafts that you can get as just blueprints. So you could actually build them out, you know, because you don't need a base to actually build out an exocraft. And maybe it gives you just the Roma to start out with, and maybe the Colossus and not the other exocrafts, because the exocrafts slowly trickled out. You know, we didn't get the Nautilus to the Abyss and stuff. So there we go. So that's that pretty much. But you can go up and see Nada and Apollo and do the Artemis questline. Now the Artemis questline I feel should be almost exactly how it is now, apart from you don't encounter so many of the travellers and you don't pick up the glyphs. I feel that the glyphs should be rewarded to you at the last phase of jumping into the next galaxy. So as soon as you walk to the next galaxy, bang, they give you the next glyph. So yeah, every single time you reach the galactic centre of each of the 16 dimensions or the 16 galaxies, you get awarded a glyph. And you can use those glyphs to jump back to previous. But yeah, the next one is Reflections. So this time you're asked by Nada and Apollo to find Helios and Ares. And you're actually given backstories for Helios and Ares as well. And given the Abyss storyline. So I'm thinking perhaps these two characters could be survivors of the Abyss, perhaps. And we do the Abyss storyline and we can actually populate out the Nexus slowly. And in this iteration, the Nexus actually gains the actual landing pads and starts becoming multiplayer, and you get the Quicksilver Synthesis android introduced to you in the Quicksilver missions. So at this point, that's when you've earned the ability to use multiplayer and you're starting to see other travellers and you're rescuing other travellers. So this kind of makes sense. You couldn't save Artemis, but you have saved these guys, so it feels a little bit more triumphant in a roundabout way, helping Nada and Apollo to solve these, you know, the missing travellers, if you like, that have all gone disappearing into different places inside of the world of No Man's Sky, which I think would be quite cool. It would give you a sense of progression, a sense of unlocking stuff, a sense of achievement, where a lot of the time in No Man's Sky you have things pop up like milestones, but do you get rewards? Not really, but these will reward you, because each of these will become vendors that you can use.
Right, so there we go, people. I think you get a rough idea of what this idea is. So you would use the glyphs, like, say if you want to go to the Diplo system, you would just put in the Diplo glyph over and over and over again, all the way, just fill it all the way up. That would lock in the Diplo system. Then you put in your portal code on top of that to jump to an actual planet or whatever inside that system. And yeah, you get warded these, you know, like the Atlas gives you the stones or whatever that you have to craft. Well, maybe it also gives you the next glyph or something. So everybody is trying to get to the 16th dimension. Basically, the 16th dimension is going to be a mixture of all of the different 16 galaxies that you've been through, or the 15 prior, I should say. So when you get to the 16th, if you jump from one star to another, it will give you random elements of all the different systems that you've joined. So it's a complete variety mishmash of all these different dimensions together. So all players want to get to the 16th one, and that's where people are going to establish all their hubs and things, because at the moment people just establish hubs in Euclid and stay in Euclid. I do. But I don't see the point in going through 256 galaxies when they're all very similar. Give us 16, make them bigger, give them meaning, give them more variety, and then the last galaxy, make it so it's got elements of all of those galaxies in one, and make it really interesting. That's kind of what I would do if it was me anyway. But brilliant, so there's that. Now, we've been talking about variety quite a lot. Now, back in the day, Hello Games and Sean Murray done a interview with the New Yorker. And the New Yorker interview mentions the super formula. And now the super formula, what it does is it takes the actual assets on planets, like the rocks, like all the plants, and it morphs them. So every single plant that you see will look different. On the E3 trailer, when he's walking down to the actual watering hole, you can see trees have got strange bends to them, or they've got like vines hanging down from them and all sorts. All the trees look different. You don't see two trees that are identical inside of that trailer. And it's that sort of level of super formula that they were playing with. But apparently they ran into sort of problems and stuff. Formula. Super formula. There we go. I think that's how I spelt it. Here we go. Super formula plan. This is when the actual patent expired. So this goes into the actual patenting and stuff like that. I'd hit it up. It's only a 6-minute video, and then we watch that 6-minute video. Then I'm going to be looking at maybe closing down. But what we will do at the end of this is I'm just going to go back to the poll and see if it's had more interactions, and we'll see which one's leading the way. But this one right now is leading the way. Let's have a quick look. See over on YouTube.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to earn?
Of course I do. I'm a content creator, but I've watched your advert like 50 billion times. Yes, I have. Community. So the poll at the moment, you can see here, the one that says super formula is at 38%. So that's the one that people want in the verse. I think ship customization has jumped up a bit since we just put out that video earlier. But here we go. Let's just have a quick watch of this one.
Hello there, chums. As I, Captain Stephen X here, and I'm up on my freighter, and I'm by all my analysis pads. Now, one of my viewers, a very eagle-eyed chap, has spotted that the patent for the super formula has expired. Yeah, it expired in May, last month of this year. Oh my days, what are the chances? I start joining up all these dots, wondering whether we're going to get a new proc-gen update. But then thought, oh, there's a patent in place. But let's just fire it up. Let's stop talking. Let's just fire it up. Go for it. Execute Amundo. So, hello there, chums. Right, I want to do a massive, great, big thank you to Lord Allo. If that's how you pronounce your name, I'm really sorry if that's not. But thank you very much for your eagle eyes. So what he actually spotted is if you go over to the wiki page, not to the actual patent office. I went on a patent office website. I couldn't find what he found, but he instructed me to go to the bottom of the wiki page. So I did. He sent me some screenshots on Discord. Thank you very much for that. Really much appreciated. There's the patent office link just there, and it's for this actual patent in question. The link I used came up with loads of patents by this one chap, this Johan. But yeah, clicking this takes you straight into this area here, and takes you straight into the actual patent in question. On mobile, you get a side menu rather than a top menu, and on the side menu you have to go into legal or something like that to get the actual breakdown. So in here is all the gubbings around how the actual the patent or super formula works. If you look at the super formula on here, there's so much more than what's on wiki. Oh my god, I spent a little while reading some of this stuff. It freaking blew my mind. And I've done quantum physics. But yeah, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the actual the legal type page, all the way down at the very bottom, it says patent ceased, and you can see there the expiry of rights.
And yeah, because it's been a full 20 years or something mental, which is awesome. Crazy. Just blowed my mind. Heck yes. Hello. I've just sort of hijacked my own sort of intersection because I thought of something that I wanted to slip into this video. So basically, normally, this old chap over here, when he's only got one thing in his inventory, it takes freaking ages to unlock, especially when it's a bobblehead. They take ages. This was on 22% when I checked this around about lunchtime today on my lunch. Right, so what this video doesn't do is show you the level of sort of super formulary-ness. So let's go to the E3 trailer quickly. E3 trailer, boom. I have got another video on the actual super formula, which I thought this one was. Okay, E3 trailer, Diplo hunt, images from the... Oh, it's because I've still got Captain Steve in there, isn't it? Yeah. E3 trailer, No Man's Sky. Go on. Oh god, I'm going to have to mute that. Okay, so look at the actual trees. Alright, so you can see there, that one's got a bend to it. This one's got a slight bend to it. This one's virtually straight. There's none that really look identical. I mean, those two kind of do a little. But yeah, some of them have got loads of leaves on, where others have only got a couple on in that one. That one's got vines hanging down from it. You know, every single tree there looks different. Look, more vines on that one over there as well. Let's make it full screen. That'd help, wouldn't it? So yeah, that one's got all vines on where the others haven't next to it. This one's got a bend. That one's got even more of a gnarly bend. So that's what the Super Formula does. It takes the models, takes the meshes of the actual wireframes and distorts them. I mean, look at all the vines in that one up there. Let's just pause that for a second. Look at that. That's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, pretty darn cool. And look, that one's going off at an odd angle. This one isn't. Yeah. And a little bit later, you see a rhino run through these and actually interact with the environment and start smashing down the trees as well. So more destructible. The creatures here look a lot more lifelike, even what we have now. I mean, look at that Diplo, how it turned its head and looked behind it and then arcs back round again. We don't get that level of animation right now. Here you go, look, the trees are all sort of waving. You see all the leaves going all over the frickin' shop. Frickin' mental. And then they all bolt for it. We don't get that level of interaction. Yes, we get creatures chasing after creatures and killing them, but nothing like that. Now, Sean Murray insisted that this wasn't scripted, that this was not a script and was you know, you can land on a planet, this sort of stuff happens all over the verse. It still doesn't to this day, and that kind of irks me a little bit, or irks me a little, I should say, especially with the level of proc gen as well that we're seeing there. It hasn't actually been delivered. Now, a lot of people in the comments were saying about these freighter interactions and these battles that you see. You don't really see this happen. It only happens when you fly into a system as a random encounter. You don't see this sort of thing happen where you're actually just flying around and all of a sudden you get two freighter systems warp in and battle each other right in front of you. It's only when you warp into a system. And then you get an option pop up saying, do you want to answer the hail? You answer the hail, but you can't sort of escape from it. It locks you in. It's a bit of a pain. There needs to be something done with there. And what's this flying in formation with these ships? Which looks awesome, by the way. I mean, I'd love to do this as a mission. You know, go and hunt some deadly pirates with maybe your frigate fleet or something, and fly in formation. They follow you as wingmen and maybe interact with you, and you know, you get little holographic projections pop up of your actual crewmen or whatever that are trying to hunt this pirate. It'd be nice when you pick up a bounty as well, to have a backstory for your actual bounty, wouldn't it? You know, so you know why you're hunting this bounty. That'd be freaking awesome. Anyway, hello there, Moose Gaming. Welcome to the actual chat. Welcome, welcome. Didn't see you sneak in there, but I can see that Warfy has already dropped a link to your channel, and it's an awesome channel. Is your channel? It is, Warfy? I mean, Moose? Yes, it is. So there we go. That's pretty much everything I've got for you today, chums. So that was all off of the back of this poll. So let's jump back over to the poll. Let's give it a quick refresh. I don't think anything would have changed, but let's have a quick look-see. So yeah, it's gone up to, yeah, it's gone down a little there, but yeah, it's all going good. 436 votes, and we was on 300 and something votes at the start of this video, people. So thank you very much. Let's see if we've had any new comments that have been dropped in within inside of this stream. So they won't have a heart and they won't have a like. Yes, we've got some more. Albert has been at it again. Access for players to get legacy build parts. Okay, brilliant. Actually, I think we did see that. Tech updates as well. Yes, we did have that one as well. Combat, everything that has to do with combat needs an update. Totally agree there. Heck yes, we do need more combat, and I hope that's what comes into next year's verse. Yeah, so people often say, well, No Man's Sky isn't combat. It's not combat. Well, if you type in a No Man's Sky, 4 pillars, About. Back in the day, Hello Games actually put out a trailer of the 4 Pillars of No Man's Sky, and they're distinct trailers. Here you go. There's a compilation trailer here. Now, again, I'm going to have it muted. Yeah, there we go. But there they are right there. Explore, fight, trade, and survive. Okay? So, Origins definitely gave us more to explore. Trade definitely needs to be revamped a little bit, to be fair. I mean, it's nowhere near the likes of Eve or anything like that. And people do have trade routes that can fly, but nothing major. And you can't trade among... You can't even... Hopefully the station override might bring something in the way of trade. Maybe owning your own station and setting your own prices for maybe the top 5 things or whatever. That'd be cool. There's fight. Fight hasn't really been touched. I mean, although saying that, people... You know, the incinerator got added in. There's better particle effects for explosions and fire. And they say that they tweaked the sentinels to stack to your level of ability. I don't think that's actually happened yet, but perhaps it will. Yeah, so I think they're tweaking stuff for a combat update. It does feel like that, doesn't it? And that's where all the lore's pointing as well. So it does make you wonder. Guthroom says, thank you, Captain. Great ideas here. Well, thank you there, Guthroom. Oh, we got Dr. Pong says, Zane is live. Yes, he is. I was actually in Zane's sort of chat earlier. He's rerunning the expedition. Yes, he is. Now, I don't know whether I can drop something into my... Yeah, I should be able to drop something into my chat. Here we go. Let's go into Zane's world. Boom. I'm still getting used to this laptop type streaming stuff. And it's amazing what you can do once you start going through the Streamlabs route. So if I now go back to my channel, I should be able to find my live chat. Here we go. Let's go over to here. Diddly-dee, your channel and my videos. I should be able to see my own one live. Here I am. So this was going to give us a big mirror effect, isn't it? But yeah, shall we go raid Zane? Shall we go say hello to Mr. Zane? Yeah, so here we go. So if you go over to Zane's... Here we go. Let's drop him a link. Zane. Kaboom. There's a link to his video that's running right now. And if we put in a CPT Steve raid. There we go. Just drop that in there so he knows that you came over from here. And I'll see you over in Zane's. I'll be there for a little while because I've still got to do all the tags and admin on my own stuff. But here we go. I'm going to put in a little raid thingy there. And you know what? I'm going to leave you guys with some music playing. I want to say a massive, great big thank you to everyone out there. Big salute to Mondo, to everyone that's come in. Thank you for any new subscribers and all the likes and things on the videos that you guys do. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you for the donations that got dropped. We'll see if they pop up in the end credits as I roll them. So here we go. So here you go. I've got all these different scenes down here, I think. Yeah, ending soon. So I can hit that. That will play some gnarly music, put up a few things, and then what I'd do is I'd hit up an end screen. Oh, I made an intermission the other day. Let me show you my intermission. It's really cool. So if I do need to go to the loo or get a drink, I can play this. And it says, I'm going to be right back. And you can carry on chatting and stuff. Isn't that cool? Well, I think it's cool. I'm quite impressed with that. Yeah. Well done, me. Right. Okay, right. So now I'm just going to play the ending soon screen. So thank you very much, people. Take care for now. Goodbye. Goodbye and goodbye again. How cool is that? It actually says all the people that dropped me some sort of like donations and stuff, like Jonathan. Thank you there for the 20. Yes, take care all. There you go. I can just mute the mic. But I'm still here at the moment. I'll put up a little end screen at the moment. Cheerio, bye all.